Hi, I'm Linda Ricci, and I'm here to talk about the future of work and how XR can enhance and improve the modern workplace. For the last 130 years or so, work has predominantly been something that knowledge workers did in an office. We worked the hours that were set for us, often in a cubicle, always on site, and quite often in a suit. And as we know, this is all rapidly changing. Working from home has been the opportunity we needed to examine those assumptions and, for some, challenge long held expectations and roles. No longer are many willing to spend a large chunk of time commuting or missing important personal activities just because they happen to be during work hours. Some have found working from home more efficient because they can work at night after the kids go to sleep. Some relish starting really early, not me, but some. And they take a midday break for a few hours and they get back to it later on. In a recent poll, more than half of remote workers said they would rather quit their job than have to return to the office and go back to the old ways. Enter the permanency of geographically distributed teams. While these trends were all in play before, COVID really added fuel to where the modern workplace is going, and it greatly accelerated these trends. What some are calling the Great Resignation, millions of people quitting their job instead of going back to the office, I'm actually calling the Great Reevaluation. It's basically people saying, I don't know if I want this anymore. And it was a stop. People actually thought about what they wanted. This future is much more humane and it's a much more natural way to work. It's closer to how we've always lived and worked before the Industrial Revolution, without the artificial, clearly defined and enclosed box of time, complete with the artificial lighting, the cubicles, the uniforms, the suits. The challenge with this paradigm is, of course, staying connected and engaged with work teams, when you're hardly ever interacting in real life. It is really difficult to feel part of something when your primary interaction with anyone at work is a Brady Bunch style Zoom window. So enter XR. Extended reality is an umbrella term for augmented reality and virtual reality and mixed reality and all the realities out there. It has the power to be the bridge between people working remotely and flexibly and being part of a team. The 3D nature of mixed reality and spatial computing connects people both emotionally and practically in a way that the current tools cannot do. Collaborating, training, creating, all these things we currently do will be simpler, easier, more asynchronous, more effective, and valuable, so long the connected infrastructure needed to make it work is actually there. The workday will involve dipping in and out of meetings with people we'll probably never meet in reality. Clients that are halfway across the world, with the last true barrier being time zones, and I don't think that's going to change. AI will ensure that language isn't a barrier with instant translation. Spend a few hours writing a client proposal. Spend an hour visiting a friend. With VR, friends are always just a headset away. Then get back to a meeting with colleagues who are dipping back into the meeting from their work days from 4 different countries. So regardless, if you are employed part-time, full-time, fully remote, partially remote, a contractor, a consultant, a gig worker, whatever your relationship is with an employer, you'll be interacting with your coworkers and clients using either augmented reality or virtual reality. These technologies offer a fascinating opportunity to safely return to the office and provide a sense of camaraderie despite distance. Now, I realize that this might sound a little out there, but it is already happening. There are already Fortune 500s creating virtual offices and spaces for people to interact. The virtual reality platform Arthur has started creating fully immersive, collaborative workplace environments for Fortune 500 companies, and they use the Facebook's Oculus Quest 2 to access the space. Clients there include PwC and the United Nations and Nestle and others. Collaborations platforms like the platform Spatial offers virtual spaces that are permanent, so you can come back to them, and everything you left it is just the way you left it before. And they enable easy sharing of digital assets, both 2D and 3D. You can use the storyboard to brainstorm with the team using pinned JPEGs or examine a 3D object together, all the while in different cities and even different countries. The adoption of increasingly immersive and complex remote collaboration tools and working environments is part of an emerging hybrid work solution. Virtual spaces provide new opportunities for communication, engagement, and access to next-gen planning tools and information sharing. So imagine a day in the life of a future Kate. Kate has designed a lifestyle and work style that works for her across all of her contexts. Employee, volunteer, entrepreneur, artist, advisor. Our Kate contains multitudes, as most of us do. She's working on a variety of projects for multiple employers from her home, wherever that is. She spends 3 months a year outside of the US chasing summer. She is a digital nomad, which is another trend, because if work is a laptop away from anywhere, why do you have to stay in one place? I actually did that for 2 years. It was amazing. All these Kates are powered by smarts, hustle, and more importantly, technology that seamlessly connects her life and works across all of herselves. Kate uses mixed reality interfaces, headsets, and WebXR-enabled browsers, AI-powered virtual assistants. She's named hers Aria because it keeps her lists, video conferencing, messaging, and more traditional tools to power her lifestyle. Her days have patchwork of activities, some solo, some in a small group, some as a spectator. She'll slip on a mixed reality headset with her design group in Poland when they want to share the latest 3D prototype. Aria instantly translates between all the participants, so there's no issues with understanding each other. They virtually crowd around the object. In her case, it's hovering over her grandmother's antique carpet, with the team in her space as 3D streaming holograms. Together, they study and discuss the object, eventually trying out different colors. Changes they make are shared real-time with the object file and integrated with the manufacturing pipeline, preventing downstream synchronization mistakes. Kate says her goodbyes, switches from AR to a fully immersed visit to the company's VR auditorium. There's an announcement from the CEO, who's based in Portland, that she doesn't want to miss, and shares a quick chat. She sees somebody she hadn't seen in a few days. And she said, "Hey, how are you?" He said, "Hey, my group might need another person soon." She's like, "Good to know." Aria automatically adds a note and follow-up, identifying as a level 3 priority, adds it to Thursday's action list. Taking off her headset, Kate turns her attention to her other current project, an education startup based in Florida. They're developing training courses for industrial designers. A quick hello and catch up on the screen suffices, and she connects on all platforms with her secure user ID held in one of her crypto wallets. With this, her colleagues will be able to ping her however they need or want in the future, and she can meet them on their terms, and they'll know it's actually her. Aria has already ordered dinner from her local Acme based on Kate's personal fitness goals, and those items will be delivered in an hour. After dinner, she plays a video game for an hour to relax, and then it's time to chat with her fellow volunteers in Japan. They're working on an open standards project together. Done for the day, she does one last email check, but decides she'd prefer to answer from her favorite vacation spot. Again, she likes the sun, so she's on a beach in Santorini. She opens up her virtual desktop there, sits on the beach, and reads the last one for the night. Her best friend pings her. Together, they go sit on the beach and watch the sunset together. The future of work is about fluidity, flexibility, choice, and control. A future that is on demand with interaction, collaboration, and presence woven throughout the day, brought to you by technology and enhanced with mixed reality, a new, powerful tool in modern work's tool belt. Now, this future does need a variety of technologies that securely work seamlessly across contexts, devices, bandwidths, and time zones, interoperable between moments, and importantly, on my terms. Decentralized identity that is portable across all of your work, real and virtual lives, one that authenticates who you are and opens up new capabilities like verifiable credentials and secure messaging powered by the blockchain. One that provides the right level of privacy you desire and the security as you move around different engagements. But what a world of choice, a world of flexibility, and most importantly, a world that you can craft your own liking and needs. That is the ultimate freedom, and XR is going to play a key role in making that beautiful future a possibility. Thank you so much for listening. I'd love to hear what you think. You can always reach me at linda@lindaricci.com, or just lindaricci.com is my website. Thank you so much.